everyone. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot. It is June 1st, 2026, and I wanted to do a bonus reading for you. Today's message is whoever needs to hear this. I will begin with Aries, work my way around the zodiac wheel, ending at Pisces. Timestamps will be in the description box. I do recommend that you watch your sun, moon, rising, as well as your Venus placements. And if you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. And I don't need to say it, but I'm going to say it. As with all collective general readings, keep in mind that's exactly what this is. So as the messages come through today, just take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means that it is meant for someone else to hear. And with all of that said now, let's begin. Hello, Aries, sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Let's take a look now at your message at this time. You have Death, card number 36. Tell me why Death is here for Aries, sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus placements. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the Knight of Wands, we have the Eight of Pentacles, and we have the Two of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Pentacles. Let's clarify this here. Clarify that Knight of Wands for Aries, please. One more shuffle. Thank you. Knight of Wands is clarified by Five of Wands, Ace of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. Why is the Eight of Pentacles here for Aries? One more shuffle. Thank you. Eight of Pentacles is clarified by the Eight of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and the Knight of Cups, and the Two of Swords. Why is the Two of Swords here for Aries? One more shuffle. Thank you. Two of Swords. Wow. Seven of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and the Strength card. Bottom of the deck, we have Four of Wands. Okay, Aries. You have an individual here. They could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We also have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and Leo are the signs that are sticking out to me the most. Of course, it could be a fire sign, but I feel like that's more like your energy. You seem to be conflicted here. Someone here has presented you with an offer. If they haven't, they soon will. So there's an offer here being presented to the Aries collective. What that offer is entirely different for each of you. Someone's offering you a job. Someone's offering you the opportunity to collaborate. Someone's offering you a cup of love in terms of reconciliation, or wanting to take the relationship to a higher level of commitment. So for some of you, it's career and finance related. For others of you, it certainly can be love and romance. I have that third group of you. It certainly could be a discussion with someone in regards to like your living situation, housing situation here in this Four of Wands. But you seem to be internally conflicted about whether or not you want to accept this offer, or when you do receive the offer, you're internally conflicted. And there's something here that you are expending or spending a lot of mental resources thinking about the offer. It's like, here's that Ace of Cups. This offer is being given to you. And because of this Knight, the messenger who's extending you this offer, we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. This is like a lot of mental processing, almost to the point of exhaustion or like burnout. Like I think for some of you, and I don't do health readings, but for some of you, it even could result in like some like just like physical fatigue, because you're just thinking about this offer so much. I'm seeing the decision here on the table with the Two of Swords. And I almost feel like internal to you, you're holding yourself back in the Strength card from saying yes or no on this opportunity. It's like you need time to think about it. Knight of Pentacles. And then we have that Seven of Swords. So there's a feeling here of like, I really need to think this through. I don't want to sabotage myself. I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to say yes. I don't want to say no. Like I don't want to shoot myself in the foot. So I feel here like whatever this offer is, it would really transform your life. That's what the Death card is here. There's an ending and a new beginning. So if someone's offering you a job, it means you have to leave the existing place of employment. If someone's asking you out on a date and you're single, it means you may potentially have to leave singlehood, right? If this relationship takes off. There's something like that here occurring. And it's like accepting the new means closing out something else. And I have an Aries collective here where you're like, I don't want to shoot myself in the foot on this. So let's get a couple of cards here on that Ace of Cups to see if that offers you any help or any clarity. Tell me more about that Ace of Cups that is being offered. Anything else Aries needs to know about that Ace of Cups? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Ace of Cups is clarified by the High Priestess, the Six of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have Page of Wands. So I feel like this is being offered to you in good faith. This person feels like this is something they're desiring to do with you, collaborate with you, date you, see how the relationship goes. There's something here about wanting to move forward and extend this gesture or this opportunity to you. However, there's something here about like this person also needs your answer. Like you can't take too long. You can't take too long to get back to them. So it's like if the job extends to you a new, a new opportunity, either to advance at the current place of employment, or if you are actively looking for another job and this is like the new employer, it's almost like you need to make your decision. Like we're not going to hold a job for you forever, right? If you're single and someone asks you out on a date, they're not going to wait 6 months for you to say yes. So there's something here, that Two of Pentacles, lately I've been seeing it as time management. So there's something here like I've extended this offer to you, Aries. It's being given on good faith, right? Queen of Swords is like a no bullshitter, right? That's someone who's like, this is what I'm presenting to you. Here's the offer. Here's the job, for example. We need to move forward, or I need to move forward. I need to find out if this position is going to stay vacant, if you're taking it. Again, we're only using work as an example. So that Two of Pentacles for this person is like time is of the essence. And Page of Wands are like they're waiting to hear back from you. So that's what if this is your message, that's what you have going on at this time. If not, this is coming in relatively soon. And that's why it is coming up in this reading. Anything else we need to know to help you out with the decision-making process? And then we'll get you some advice. Anything else Aries needs to know about the decision-making process here? One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Eight of Cups. We have the King of Swords. Wow. And the Death card shows itself again. And at the bottom of the deck, Six of Cups. Yes, moving in this direction means you will have to leave the existing situation, environment, or connection. You're not wrong about that, but only you can make this decision. Queens process the present, or queens exist in the present. They process the past. They process the new, the new information, the new offers, the new opportunities. But kings take action. It's not hierarchical. It's not masculine versus feminine. It's just how I see a suit of cards in tarot. So this person has presented you with the offer. They're processing this, right? Now they're waiting for you to get back to them. But yes, at the end of the day, you're the one who needs to make this decision. And it looks like it does require you to leave something behind. This could even be like your partner wants to relocate. Like maybe I'm speaking to an Aries, you're married, and this is your partner saying, hey, you know what? Maybe the next year or two, we should pick up and move to, I don't know, Canada, something like that. And you're like, oh, I don't know. I have to think about that because I'm leaving behind Six Cups. I'm leaving behind friends, family, my job. So it doesn't have to be so, it doesn't have to be so like I'm leaving this job for this job, or, I'm leaving this lover for this lover. It could just be like you and your existing person have a difference of opinion, if you will, about the next stage of the connection. Like they want to relocate and maybe you don't. And I don't even know that you don't. You just seem to be hesitant because, again, there's a connection or connections here in your life that you're not sure you want to move away from, or you're not sure you want to close those doors. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. But yes, ultimately, this is your decision to make. It's just time here seems to be of the essence when it comes from the person who presented you or will be presenting you with that offer. 3 cards of advice here for the Aries collective who did resonate with this message at this time. 3 cards of advice. One more shuffle. Thank you. Wheel of Fortune. Time is of the essence. Chariot and the Four of Wands. Wow. Bottom of the deck, Page of Pentacles. Well, where's that off? Here's this offer and that opportunity. There's something here that I hate to say you have like a limited time, but this seems to be like a limited time. For me, the Four of Wands, it could be house, home, marriage, community. Absolutely. But I often see it as like The Two of Wands is the future planning or the decision-making process. The Three of Wands is, okay, I've made my decision. I'm turning my back to the past, and now I'm waiting. I'm either waiting to execute the plan or I'm waiting for the offer to come to me. And then that Four of Wands for me is like, okay, I've now have completely moved on. So I've left this job and I moved towards the next job, right? I've left this community, I moved towards the new community. I've left this lover, I'm now in the new relationship. Again, whatever that is, but I see the Four of Wands as now I really have taken a step forward in this direction. And as a result, I have changed the trajectory of my life. For me, that's the 1111 card. It's a timeline jump card. I've done I went through the decision-making process. I made the decision. I now waited either to execute that plan or to have something come forward towards me. And now I'm acting on it in that Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is the third decan of Aries, which is you. So it's then you taking action on your own behalf, and it changes your life, right? Once you decide to move in that direction. So I just feel like there's a limited time here for you to be able to accept this offer, whether you have received it or you're on the precipice of receiving it. It looks like there's some type of answer that will be required of you by the end of Cancer season. So you're about 7 weeks away from what I feel is like I don't know, kind of like a final decision point, if you will, for the person who's presented you with that offer. And that is what I have for you at this time. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hype the video if you can on your mobile device, and do check out your other placements. Until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.